Welcome everyone, this is Mindy for Concord and Ninth. Today I'm introducing you to Garden Grown Stamp, Dies, and Stencil Pack. This is great for all the veggie lovers out there where you can create background full of veggies in either tone on tone or a very colorful background. If you like puns, this stamp set is for you. There are sentiments like I care it about you a lot, rooting for you, you're pretty radish, I'd pick you as my friend every time, you make me happy, and many more. Here's a closer look at the die set. Now this creates a larger version of what you're going to see on the background stencil. I have everything cut out in a bright variety of colors, and the peppers are really fun because you can really get creative with those. Now I went ahead and attached the top of the tomato. I just wanted to show you how these layer up together as far as attaching some of these. The onion has two pieces to it, so you can have a lighter color base and a darker color top, or vice versa. There's also the carrot and the stem of the carrot. There's that little dot kind of at the bottom there that the die creates, and that's where you'll attach your liquid glue. There's also the leaves for the radish. Now this one can be 1 or 2. I am adding 2 to this one, so I added little dots of glue just to that little circle area that the die created. There are also little toppers for your peppers that I went ahead and attached already. So here's a card where I used just the dies for the front of the card. Very colorful, very fun. And I added one of the punny sentiments to the top corner. A closer look at the stencil pack. This one, the stencil measures 4 3/4 by 6 inches, and there's 3 layers to the stencil. The first layer is the greenery or the leaves, and the second and third layer are the vegetables themselves. I'm starting with that first layer where it's all the leaves, and I'm adding on Sprout ink. So I started with the lightest ink color. Now this is really fun because you can really come in and add different shades of green over the top of this. You can pick and choose where you want to add that darker color, and there's another reason why it's really handy to have some mini blending brushes on hand. Now I brought in the second layer, and this is where you can really start to have fun with your colors. For the mushrooms that I'm blending on right now, I am using wheat ink, or you could use a light gray. And for the tomatoes, you could really use a variety of shades here. You could use grapefruit, or I happen to be using poppy ink to make mine bright red tomatoes. I'll come in with some cranberry ink to add to the radishes, and also one of the other small sets of tomatoes, just to change up the color a little bit. Then we have the carrot up on top, which I'm using marmalade for. And then for this other one, I think it's a zucchini. I don't eat them, but I think it's a zucchini. I'm using evergreen for. Now, after I remove this layer, this is the second layer of the stencil. I can remove this, and our background is really starting to come together and looking really cool. Now we could bring in the third layer of the stencil, and once again you can have fun with your colors, kind of playing with different shades. We have the tomatoes, some peppers that you can make yellow. I used Stardust there, or you can use poppy. Now that zucchini I mentioned earlier, I thought maybe it could be an eggplant, so I used eggplant ink. So there we have this really fun, colorful background and the cards that I created using the Garden Grown Stamp, Die, and Stencil set. Thanks for watching.